Hello. This is my first time playing Doki Doki Literature Club and I'm excited. Hi, not sure if you can hear me or not, but we're gonna roll with it. See if that works. My screen set up now. Let's wait for that to load. When it loads, if it ever loads. Can you hear me, by the way? Is this working? Oh, I have my sound turned on. Yay, it's working. Let's play this awesomely disturbing game together then. Well, you're gonna actually watch me play the boring part, so that's nice. You know, I don't actually have to read this part because I know the whole story, but, you know, because for experience, I'm going to read this whole part. No, don't come back! Don't leave! Please don't leave! Please, I'm sorry, just read. I know you don't like reading, but please, do it for me. Do you want me to read this? I'll read this. 1 minute, I need to do something. Okay, got that taken care of. Okay, I'm gonna start reading it. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you didn't wait. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't. I I guess you don't have to. Ugh. I guess you don't have it in you to be as mean as you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Don't know how to do laughing, but she's laughing like a cute anime girl. Hi. Hi, I'm weird. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near the streets, become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Marky, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm not. I told you already. I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Well, I'm reading, so deal with it. I haven't. I haven't been looking either. Eh, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content getting on just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Yes, you can join the hentai club. Whatever you please. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, and you know. Well, when did you become the president? I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET for a few years because you're not used to the real world. You guys are awful. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Ah. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh my god, we're on the next scene! The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at a wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Suri wants me to check out some clubs. Guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, then you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest in the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. Yes, I did see the game theory. Yes, I know what happens. But I still want to experience it. That said, my interest in the literature club is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. What do you mean, the sounds? Is there something wrong with it? Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Still don't know how to do giggling, so you're gonna have to deal with that. Don't make promises you can't keep. What are you now, Map Hat? I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or she's so cunning to have planned this all out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, but generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me new member. You always want food, 'cause you're a fat boy. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Marky, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yes, Yuri is waifu. I'm petting her. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. So sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Wow, I wish I'm going places with voice acting. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Look, with the voice acting thing, I'm probably gonna post this on my second channel, so that's why. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore what she says when she gets moody, Sayori says quietly into my ear, then turns towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears to comparably be more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Marky. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Wow, Kiki. Read fanfiction. That's best reason. So great. See you later then. Basically completely out of my league. Yeah, I called you out. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Marky. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. Bye. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them and I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the open room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Not even going to attempt this noise. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. Hey look, she's a furry! She made furry cakes! So cute! I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sari grabs one first, then Monica, then I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help her notice but sneaking glances in my direction. Yes, furry cakes. The new thing. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. One day, you and I are gonna make furry cakes. And you know it. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Eh, I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down a teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Sorry. After all, who doesn't like a hot cup of tea? Help. After all, who doesn't like a hot cup of tea? Help you. Oh, I see what she's saying. I'm such an idiot. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Who's the tsundere, Natsuki or Yuri? Because both of them act like tsunderes. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Why are you calling her Nazi? Don't call her that. You idiot. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Oh, look! A character called Monica! Hi, Monica! We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be the board member for any of the major clubs. Your screams are accurate. Weren't you a leader for the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Hello, Monica. To be honest, I already said that. You better hide them quick. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling the dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. This is embarrassing. Yes, it's very embarrassing. He tends to embarrass himself a lot. I'm sorry. Then I'm surprised there aren't any more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not very many people are interested in to put the effort in, to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we all can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I could keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Marky, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. This isn't true to my character because I love reading and I read all the time. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. It's obvious by the way her eyes light up when she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped for something I could relate to at a minimal level. Sounds like me. Desperate. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write a lot of cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were going to work. You were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud!" And give that back. Fine, fine. your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is to oneself. You must be willing to open it up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Dot dot dot. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Question mark? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Dot dot dot. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now we have a new member. Now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Marky? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining a club, I bluntly come forth to what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Something that's never going to happen in my lifetime. But I'm sorry, I thought. Marky, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Suri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring into the next meeting, so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Marky, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Marky, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts the writing poem for tonight. Okay, I need to do something real quick. Sorry. Okay, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen, whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, I'm gonna go for Yuri, because Yuri. So, tenacious, incongruent, frightening, melancholy, disarray, disoriented, unrestrained, uncontrollable. I'm curious who suicide goes to. Suicide. Well, of course it's Yuri. Misfortune. Oh, no, that goes to Sayori. That's strange. Death goes to Sayori. Ambient goes to Yuri. Existence goes to Yuri. Oh wow, look, Doki Doki. Crimson goes to Yuri. Unrequited. What the heck, Sayori? Grief goes. What the heck? That doesn't seem like Sayori. Let's try infinite. Eternity. Determination. Okay, I tried to go for Yuri, but a lot of Sayoris. Hi again, Marky. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Marky. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here or hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Marky always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Maki can become good friends too? Sayori. Hmm? Dot dot dot. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What did I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's time for me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls a book out. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it could keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is buried in a book. I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Dut dut dut. But that makes but that only makes her face but that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I might have sensing that thing I made her uncomfortable. Uh, it's fine. I was focused, then probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this one, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Yeah, Yuri. Why do you have two copies? Huh? Huh? Uh... Well, when I stopped in the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markovac. That word, whatever that word is. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give away anything. Basically, it's about this girl in a high school who moves in with her long-lost sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She's targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's it's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Marky? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at something from a strange new perspective. When a horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly you related to the protagonist. They're they're made to be naive for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. That's I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. And at least I could do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Uh, that's that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Dot dot dot. Let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I had to put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It says, if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's against Yuri's, and then open the book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean into each other a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I could do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri! This might seem like a silly thought, But, and with that, I'm ending it off because my voice hurts and I'm tired. So, I guess I could happily say I'll see you guys later. Bye.